Hello everyone, I am Ritesh Chauhan working as an assistant professor in Computer Engineering Department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So we are continuing with the third unit, that is passing theory. So in this video, topic which are covered is top-down passing with two methods. First is backtracking and second one is LL1 passing. First and follow is also covered, which is a part of the LL1 passing. So as we know, there are two methods of passing, top-down passing and bottom-up passing. We proceed with the top-down passing first, where we see how backtracking is worked, which is a trial version of top-down passing and also not in practically implemented. Let's see this method. So in backtracking, expansion of non-terminal symbol, we choose one alternative and if any mismatch occurs, then we try another alternative. So it tries different production rules to match for input string by backtrack each time. When it does not match the string, hence backtracking is not preferred in practical. Consider the grammar and the input string CAD. To construct a pass tree for this string top down, we initially create a tree consisting of a single node, that is our start symbol capital S, and the input string CAD. An input pointer points to C first, which is the first symbol of our string. Then we use the first production of S to expand the tree and obtain this tree, that is S, C, A and D. Here the left first leaf is labeled as C, which matches the first symbol of our string. So we now advance the pointer to small a. Now by considering the next leaf which is labeled as a capital A to expand next, we can expand capital A using the first alternative. Now small a is matched with the second symbol of our input string, hence we advance the pointer to small d. And compare it with the next node which is labeled as small b. Since this b does not match with this d, we report failure and backtrack, that is go back to capital A is second alternative. Okay, we only try this alternative. So next we are going to backtrack and we try the second alternative of capital A. While going to back to capital A, we must reset the input pointer to the position 2, the position when we first came to capital A. So when we come to capital A, which is our input pointer position, this small a. Now we try the second alternative of capital A, that is small a. The leaf A matches with the second symbol of A, hence we advance the pointer to D. And this D also matches our this leaf node, which is our with this input string. So we stop here and announce the successful completion of passing. This is how the backtracking works. Backtracking always backtrack when it does not match with the input string. Hence it is a disadvantage of this method, and also it is very time consuming. Let's see LL1 passing. So we already see this backtracking. Now we are going to see this LL1 passing, which is the passing without backtracking. In backtracking, when we not matched our input string with the leaf node, then we have to backtrack to that particular non-terminal. But in LL1, this is not going to happen. Okay, this is implemented practically, but backtracking is more time consuming compared to LL1. That's why it is not implemented practically. Let's see this method. So it's a non-recursive top-down parser where first L indicates the input string will be scanned from left to right, and the second L means it uses the leftmost derivation for the input string, and 1 means it uses look ahead, means it uses only one input symbol to predict the passing process. Let's see the block diagram of LL1 passing. There is a passing algorithm of LL1. Then we have an input string, we have one stack, and the passing table. With the help of this passing table, we can going to pass the input string and get the output. Let's see how LL1 works. So before going to LL1 passing method, we must have a knowledge about how we remove the left recursion. That is already done in previous video. How to perform left factoring, this is already done in previous video. This one is new, that is first and follow. We have to compute first and follow function for each and every non-terminal symbol. Then we have to construct the predictive passing table, and with the help of this predictive passing table, we are going to pass the input string. So left recursion and left factoring we already done. Now we first see first and follow of the non-terminal, then we proceed with the step number 4 and 5. So there are some rules to compute the first of non-terminal. If A tends to alpha and if alpha is a terminal node, then alpha is a first of capital A. If A tends to null, then we have to add this null to the first of capital A. Now this third rule is interesting. If capital X is a non-terminal and the production y1, y2 and suppose yk, then place small a in the first of capital X if for some I, A is the first of Y. For example, this is a non-terminal. If the first position is non-terminal, then we have to check the first position of this non-terminal, this y1. So if the first of this y1 is small a, then X first is also small a. And next interesting thing is that if y1 also contains null, then we have to put here null. Okay. Suppose y1 contains a and null, so we have to put here null. Now what is the first of this X? Y2. So if the first position of y2 production is small b, then X first is a also and b also. For example, suppose X tends to y1 and y2, and y1 tends to small a and null, and y2 tends to small b. Then what is the first of X? The first of X will be the set of, if first position is non-terminal, then we have to check the first of y1. What is the first of y1? Small a, and also null. Now I can put this null in the place of y1. So if I put here null, then what is the first of this X? The first of this X is y2. And what is the first position of y2? This small b. So small b is also considering in the first position of, first of X. Okay. Why I put here null? Because there is a null in y1 production in rule. Okay. If there is not, then only a is the first of capital X. Okay. Let's see some example. Then you can clearly understand this third point. So we have to compute the first of the non-terminal. Suppose the grammar is E tends to E plus T or T, T tends to T star F or F, F tends to in the bracket E or ID. So we have to first remove left recursion, then left factoring, then and only then we can compute first and follow function. Okay. So what is our step 1? Step 1 is to remove left recursion from the grammar. There is a left recursion. Is there any left recursion in the grammar? Yes. E tends to E. Okay. So we have to first remove this left recursive grammar. Then only then we can proceed further. So what is the rule? E tends to beta E dash. What is our beta? Capital T. Then E dash tends to alpha. What is our alpha? This plus T is our alpha. So E dash tends to plus T E dash, and we have to put null as we have in the rule. So similarly, there is another left recursive rule, that is T tends to T. T tends to the left. If this leftmost terminal is F, then we don't have to remove this left as a left recursion. We do not have to consider this as a left recursion. But here T tends to T. That's why we have to consider this rule as a left recursive rule. So we have to remove left recursion from this rule. So similarly, T tends to F T dash, and T dash tends to star F T dash and null. And in last production, there is no left recursion. So we have to put F tends to E and ID as it is. So what is our step 2 to remove left factoring? As we see, there are here there are two alternatives, and here there are two alternatives, and here. But none of them will be proceeding with the same terminal symbol. Okay, that's why no left factoring is occurring in this grammar. So now our step 3 is to finding the first of non-terminal. Which are our non-terminals? E, E dash, T, T dash and F. We have to find the first and follow of this production, okay, not this. So which are our non-terminal? E, E dash, T, T dash and F. Now when we have to find the first position of capital E, what we see? The first position is terminal or not? No, it is not terminal. So we are going to rule number 3. So what rule number 3 says that if E tends to a non-terminal, then we have to check T's first. Where is T? Here. T's first is also non-terminal, so we have to check F's first. F first is opening bracket and ID. So which are the terminal symbols? ID, if, this all the operators, then parenthesis, 0 to 9, all symbols are terminal symbols, small a to z. Then all punctuation symbols such as comma, colon, semicolon, etc. Okay, so we have so E's first is capital T, which is non-terminal, so we have to go this T. E's first is also non-terminal, so we have to go to F. F first is opening bracket and ID. So what is the first of E? Opening bracket and ID. Okay, now we have to find the first of E dash. E dash first is terminal symbol, as I say, plus is considered as a terminal symbol, so we directly put it. And according to rule number 2, this null symbol is also there in the first position of E dash. So plus and null is the first of E dash. Now similar to E, what is the first of capital T? Capital F, that is non-terminal. So we have to go F's production. When we go to the F production, what is the first of F? Opening bracket and ID. So what is the first of T? Opening bracket and ID. Now T dash. T dash first is terminal symbol, and second alternative starts with null. So as the rule number 2, null is also considered as a first of T dash in this star also. And what is the first of F? First terminal symbol, that is opening bracket, and in next alternative ID will be there. So first of F is opening bracket and ID. So this is how we have to find first. Now we have to find follow. First we see the rule of follow, then we proceed with the follow to compute the follow function. So we have to first put dollar symbol at the start symbol. Then if A tends to alpha, beta, B, capital B and beta, then everything in the first of beta except null. In follow position, null is not there. Huh? In first position only the null will be there. In follow position, in any place null will be not there. Okay. So if A tends to alpha B beta, then everything in the first of beta except null is placed in the follow of B. Suppose we are finding the follow of B. Then what is the follow of B? Beta. We have to check right hand side, not left hand side. We have to check follow position as a right hand side. So when we check the follow position of capital B, what we find? Beta. So everything in the first of beta will be put in the capital B according to this rule number 2. And what is rule number 3? If there is a production capital A tends to alpha capital B, or a production A tends to alpha capital B and beta, where first of beta contains null. Okay, so if beta contains null, then the production looks like this. If beta does not contains null, then the production looks like this. Okay, then what is the follow of this B? So the follow of B is everything which is in the first of beta. If this beta contains null, then the production looks like this. Then what is the follow of this B? There is nothing in the follow of B. So we have to put all the things in the follow of B which is in the follow of A. फिर से समझा रहा हूँ, बीटा के फॉलो में कुछ भी नहीं है तो हम क्या करेंगे, ए के फॉलो में जो भी था हम कहाँ रख देंगे, बी के फॉलो में. Okay, let's understand the follow function, how to compute this follow function of a particular non-terminal. We already find the first. Okay, now we are going to find the follow position, follow function. So what is the follow function of capital E? For finding the follow function of any non-terminal, we only have to look on the right hand side, not on the left hand side. Okay, so by for finding the capital E, we check on the right hand side where capital E is. Here no, here capital E no, here capital E no, here capital E no, here capital E yes. What is the follow of capital E? For checking for finding the follow of any non-terminal, we have to see on the right hand side. Okay, if it is a terminal symbol, then we directly put it. If not, then we have to go at the first position of that non-terminal. What is the follow position of capital E? Opening bracket. So opening bracket will be there, and as per rule number 1, we have to put in at the start symbol dollar symbol in the follow position. Okay, as per rule number 1. So what is the follow of capital E? This closing bracket and dollar. Similarly, what is the follow position of what is the follow of capital E dash? We have to check on the right hand side. Okay, so what is the follow of E dash? Nothing. So according to rule number 3, if the follow of E dash is nothing, then we have to copy the follow of E. Okay, what is the follow of E? Dollar and closing bracket. So we put dollar and closing bracket. So this is a rule. Okay, if B follow is nothing, then we have to put A's follow in B. Similarly, E follow is nothing, so we have to put E dash follow is nothing, so we have to put E's follow in E dash. So dollar and this closing bracket is in the E dash also. Now we have to find the follow position of this E dash is also there. If there are two non-terminal, we have to find the follow position of these two non-terminal. E follow is nothing, we have to put E dash follow in E dash. So what is the E dash follow? Dollar and closing bracket as it is, we have to write. Okay, now we have to check, we have to find the follow position of capital T. Where is T here? T follow position is non-terminal. If there is terminal T and small a, then we directly put small a here, but T's follow is non-terminal, so we have to check the first of E dash. What is the first of E dash? This plus and null, but in follow there is no null, so we have to put plus here. Okay, now where is T? Next, nowhere, but instead of E dash, if I put null, this null, so now what is the follow of this T? Nothing. So everything in E dash will be the follow of t according to rule number 3. फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, E dash के फॉलो में क्या था, E dash, तो E dash का फर्स्ट क्या था, दिस प्लस, तो वो तो मैंने लिख दिया, ओके। बट इस E dash की जगह पे मैं नल भी रख सकता हूँ, ये रहा E dash टेंड्स टू प्लस टी E dash एंड नल। सब E dash की जगह पर अगर मैं नल रखूँ तो t के फॉलो में अब क्या है, कुछ भी नहीं। तो हमें क्या करना है, E dash के जो भी फॉलो है वो कहाँ रखना है, t में। तो E dash के फॉलो क्या थे, डॉलर एंड क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट, तो हमने कहाँ रख दिया, t में। दैट्स वाई द फॉलो ऑफ t इज प्लस डॉलर एंड क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट, ओके। नाउ वी हैव टू फाइंड द फॉलो ऑफ t dash. Where is t dash on the right hand side? Here, no, here. Follow of t dash is nothing, so we have to put the follow of t in t dash. What is the follow of t? Plus dollar and closing bracket, okay. Here also t dash follow is nothing, we have to put t dash follow in t dash, that's why it is as it is. Now we have to find follow position, follow of f. What is follow of f? Here f is there, no, here f's follow is non-terminal, so we have to check first of this t dash. What is the first of t dash? This star and null, so we have to put first star and we put null. If we put null in the place of this t dash, what is the follow of f? Nothing, so we have to put t's follow in f. So star will be there first, and what is the follow of t? Plus dollar and closing bracket. इसे समझा देता हूँ, f का फॉलो, f के फॉलो में क्या है, t dash का फर्स्ट क्या है, स्टार, इसलिए हमने क्या लिख दिया, स्टार। अगर यहाँ पे कोई टर्मिनल रहता f स्मॉल b, तो हम डायरेक्टली b लिख देते और हमें कहीं जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं पड़ती। बट f के फॉलो में नॉन टर्मिनल है, तो हमने क्या किया, नॉन टर्मिनल का फर्स्ट चेक किया। नॉन टर्मिनल का फर्स्ट क्या है, स्टार एंड नल तो हम रख नहीं सकते फॉलो में, बट स्टार तो रख दिया। बट इफ ये नल हम यहाँ पे रख सकते हैं, okay. Now what is the follow of t? Follow of f? Nothing, so we have to put t के फॉलो में जो भी था वो हम कहाँ रखेंगे, f में, क्योंकि f के फॉलो में अगर हम ये नल रखते हैं तो कुछ भी नहीं है, okay, on the right hand side. So that's why we put t's follow in f. What is the follow of t? Plus dollar and closing bracket, plus dollar and closing bracket, okay. मैं दूसरे सम्स भी रखूंगा जहां हम फर्स्ट एंड फॉलो फाइंड करेंगे, सो दैट आपको डिफिकल्टी ना हो, ओके। अभी के लिए इतना समझो। नेक्स्ट वन इज स्टेप नंबर 4. नाउ व्हाट इज स्टेप नंबर 4? टू कंस्ट्रक्ट द प्रिडिक्टिव पासिंग टेबल. दिस इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. सो हाउ टू कंस्ट्रक्ट प्रिडिक्टिव पासिंग टेबल? So first you have to write all non-terminals on the left hand side and all the input symbol. Input symbol means all the terminal symbols of the grammar. Of the left, when we remove the left recursion, this production we get, okay. So how many terminals are there? Plus star opening bracket closing bracket and id, plus star opening bracket closing bracket and id, and we have to put end marker as a dollar symbol. Now how to fill this predictive passing table? So first we have to see only first, okay. If there is a null, then and only then we can see the follow. Otherwise, to fill this predictive passing, we have to only find first. अगर आप फर्स्ट एंड फॉलो फाइंड करते हैं और किसी भी नॉन टर्मिनल के फर्स्ट में नल नहीं आता है, तो हमें फॉलो फाइंड करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। ये नल है इसीलिए हमें फॉलो की जरूरत पड़ेगी ये प्रिडिक्टिव पासिंग टेबल में। अगर हम फर्स्ट फाइंड करेंगे किसी भी नॉन टर्मिनल का और नल अगर नहीं आता है, तो हमें फॉलो फाइंड करने की जरूरत नहीं है, ओके। सो हाउ टू fill this predictive passing table? Let's see. What is the first of non-terminal capital E? Opening bracket. From where we get this opening bracket? From which production? This production. E tends to T, then we go to the first of T, which is F, then we go to the first of F, which is opening bracket. From here we get the opening bracket. From which production? T E dash. So in E's row, in the opening bracket, here what we put? E tends to T E dash, ओके, हियर वी पुट E टेंड्स टू TE डैश। पता चला हमें यहाँ क्या करना है, E के फर्स्ट में क्या है, ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट। फॉलो में जाना ही नहीं क्योंकि यहाँ पे नल नहीं है। अगर नल होगा तो हमें फॉलो के पोजीशन पे कुछ रखना होगा, जो भी नॉन प्रोडक्शन होगा वो मैं आपको बाद में एक्सप्लेन करता हूँ। यहाँ पे नल नहीं है। फर्स्ट क्या है, ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट। हमें ये ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट किस प्रोडक्शन से मिला, इस प्रोडक्शन से मिला। इसके थ्रू हम कहाँ गए, यहाँ तक गए थे। ओके, सो हमें ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट में क्या लिखना है, E टेंड्स टू TE डैश। सिमिलरली हमें ये आईडी कहाँ से मिला, E टेंड्स टू T से फिर F पे गए, F से फिर ये आईडी मिला। तो हमें आईडी की पोजीशन में भी क्या लिखना है, E टेंड्स टू TE डैश, क्योंकि इस प्रोडक्शन के थ्रू हम आईडी पे गए। ओके, सो इन आईडी व्हाट वी राइट, E टेंड्स टू TE डैश। नाउ सिमिलरली फॉर दिस E डैश, what is the first of E dash, plus, where we get this plus, from this production only. Okay, we don't have to write the second alternative. This first alternative we have to write in plus, that is E dash tends to plus plus TE dash here. Okay, now when null will be there, so we have to put E dash tends to null, we have to put E dash tends to null in dollar and in closing bracket. ये इंपॉर्टेंट है, देख लेना। अब ये जब जब नल आएगा तब तब हमें सिर्फ फॉलो में जाना है, अदरवाइज हमें फॉलो में जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़े, हम यहाँ पे फॉलो में गए ही नहीं। सो ई डैश को प्लस कहाँ से मिला, हमने यहाँ पे लिख दिया। अब जब भी नल आएगा फर्स्ट में, सो ई डैश टेंड्स टू नल हमें लिखना है, कहाँ लिखना है, तो डॉलर और क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट में, यहाँ पे डॉलर में और क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट। ओके, यहाँ पे भी आएगा तो हम देखते हैं दोबारा। सो नेक्स्ट, here is also null will be not there, so we are not going to consider the follow. So where we get this opening bracket for T, E tends to FT dash, so from F we goes to opening bracket. So where we get this opening bracket, from this production, T tends to FT dash, so we have to put T tends to FT dash in opening bracket here. Similarly, from where we are getting this ID, T tends to FT dash, so we have to put T tends to FT dash here in ID column. Now null is not there, so we are not going to check the follow. Now T dash first is this multiplication symbol, where we get this from here. Okay, so we have to put T dash tends to star FT dash, where in the star column here. T dash tends to star FT dash. Now we have, here it is null, so we have to also consider the follow. So we have to simply put T dash tends to null, where in the position of plus, dollar and closing bracket. मैंने आपको आगे भी कहा था, यहाँ पे भी कह रहा हूँ, जब भी null आएगा तो हमें क्या करना है, T dash tends to null रखना है, कहाँ पे, plus, dollar and closing bracket. Okay, so T dash tends to null at the position of plus, where is plus, here, then dollar here, and in closing bracket here. Okay, so from where we get this opening bracket, from this production, so F tends to, in the bracket E we have to put in the opening bracket of F here. Similarly, from where we get this ID, so directly we get ID from F tends to ID, so we have to put ID, F tends to ID in IDth column. So this is how the predictive passing table we are going to fill in next example also. Okay, so there is one question which will be asked in GTO examination. Check whether this grammar is LL1 or not. Okay, so for that grammar, first we what is our first step? We have to remove left recursion, then we have to remove left factoring, then we have to find first and follow, then we have to construct predictive passing table. If predictive passing table has no multiply define entry, for example, अगर यहाँ पे और एक एंट्री होती इसके नीचे, like E dash tends to null, सो ये तो फिर हम क्या कह सकते हैं कि ये ग्रामर LL1 नहीं है. ओके, this grammar is LL1. Why? Because the predictive passing table has no multiple defined entries in any cell. Multiple entries नहीं है. That's why this grammar is LL1. ओके, सो GTO के पेपर में आया तो आपको सिर्फ यहीं तक जाना है. LL1 predictive passing table ड्रॉ करना है. अगर उसमें मल्टीपल एंट्रीज होगी तो LL1 नहीं है. अगर मल्टीपल एंट्रीज नहीं होगी देन द गिवन दैट ग्रामर इज LL1. ओके. Now, if you also have to pass the string with the help of this predictive passing table. So let's see how to pass the string with the help of this predictive passing table. Now we already find this predictive passing table, and the blank entries denotes the error in it. Okay. So with the help of this predictive passing table, we are going to pass this input string, that is id plus id into id. This dollar is an end marker. So the initial configuration of your passing is, there is one stack. You have to put dollar and the starting symbol of your grammar, and the input string, that is id plus id into id. This dollar is considered as an end marker, and this dollar is considered as a start marker. If in the stack at last only dollar is remain, and in input symbol is also only dollar will be dollar is remain, then we can say this input string is successfully accepted or passed. Okay, let's see how we can pass this string with the help of this predictive passing table. So we have to check E and ID. On the left hand side capital E, on the right hand side on the input symbol side ID. What we get? We get E tends to TE dash. Okay, we have to write here E tends to TE dash. So as a stack is a last in first out, so we have to write this in the reverse manner. First we have to write E dash then T. So in the place of E, what we write? E dash T. What is our input string? ID plus ID into ID dollar. Now we have to check this T with ID in the table. So what we get? T tends to FT dash. Okay, T tends to FT dash. So instead of this T, E is as it is in the stack, but instead of T, what we write? T dash F in reverse manner. So E dash T dash F. Still we don't get the first symbol, that is ID. So we further expand this F. So when we check F and ID, what we get? F tends to ID. So we have to write first here F tends to ID. Then this one. Instead of F, what we write? ID. Now the stack and this input symbol is matched. We simply pop this input ID. When at the top of the stack ID will be there and the input symbol is the same as the top of the stack, then we have to pop it. Okay, so what is the remaining? E dash T dash and plus ID star ID dollar. Now we have to check T dash and plus. There is T dash here. What is plus here? Okay, we have to put T dash tends to null. So we put here T dash tends to null. So when we put here T dash tends to null, what we get? Only E dash. And this input string is as it is. Similarly, E dash and plus, E dash and plus, what we get? E dash tends to plus T E dash. So instead of E dash, what we have to write? E dash T plus in reverse. And our input string is plus ID star ID dollar. Now at the top of the stack plus will be there. And in the input string also plus will be there. So we have to pop this plus sign. Okay. Now we have to check this T and ID. T and ID, what we have? T tends to F T dash. So instead of T, what we have to write? T dash F in reverse. E dash is as it is. T dash F. Input string is also as it is. Now we check F and ID. F and ID is F tends to ID. So instead of F, what we do? We simply put ID. And input string is ID into ID dollar. Now what top of the stack is ID. Input string is also ID. So we pop it. Now we have to check T dash and star. This T dash and star. T dash tends to star F T dash. Okay, we have to write in reverse. So E dash, T dash, F and star instead of D dash. Okay, input string is as it is. Now star and star is matched. Okay, so we have to pop this star and we get this string. Now we have to check F and ID. In F and ID, F tends to ID. Instead of F, what we have to write? ID. Now ID is matched, so we have to pop. Now we have to check T dash and dollar. What is T dash and dollar? T dash tends to null, so we have to simply put null instead of T dash. Now what is our next non-terminal? E dash, and in the input only dollar. So E dash and dollar is E dash tends to null. Okay, so you clearly see that in the stack only dollar will be remain, and in input symbol also the dollar remains. So if this dollar remains, then we can say that the string is accepted. Okay. So these are some exercise that you have to do by your own, only to check whether the following grammar is LL1 or not. Here you are not going to pass any string. Okay, only you have to check. For checking, what is our first step? First step, we have to remove left recursion if any in the grammar. Then we have to remove left factoring if any in the grammar. Then we have to compute the first and follow function. Then we have to draw the predictive passing table. From that, if there is a multiple define entry, then you can say that this grammar is not LL1. If there is no multiple define entry, so you can say that the grammar is LL1. Okay, so you have to solve this all 6 examples. Okay, thank you. If you have any query in example, you can contact me. Thank you.